Hello world, welcome back to Go Time. I'm here once again on my own. Sorry about it, we're still in lockdown. But I have a few little fun things to do to my car today that I've been looking forward to doing for a little while. Nothing super important, but pretty cool stuff. First up, I have some fresh tail lights, because mine are really bad and they don't match. And they're all cracked and everything in the back. One of my reverse lights, it's like the wiring's just cooked. It's just like the ground is just wrapped around it with a wire. And then also, I have this UHF radio. So yeah, it's just a really basic UHF radio. I have been wanting to put one of these in my car for a while because I really love being able to talk to my mates while we're driving. Like whether that be we're going out for, you know, some mountain runs, we're gonna, you know, go drifting, or even if we're just going for like a cruise or something, making sure everybody's taking the right corner and everything. It's always like a communication breakdown, and you can't just be there on your phone texting or, you know, calling. So I want to install this CB radio or UHF radio into my car, and I'm gonna make all my friends either install them as well or carry walkie-talkies, like handheld ones, because I really want to be able to communicate with each other while we're driving. So I also reckon it'd be cool for track days, because you'll be able to, you know, maybe not miss sessions, or be able to know where people are or whatever, you know. Or if you're on track with somebody, you can be like, oh, you know, I'll lead now or whatever, you know. So I reckon that's a really sweet idea. I've got a great place to put it and I'm really keen for that. But I'm gonna start with the taillights. And this is why I'm replacing my tail lights. That reverse light doesn't work. These are always cracked, as we've talked about before, and they're definitely cracked on this one. You can see there. And also, they don't match. This one's kind of falling apart. This one's okay. But yeah, they're just generally pretty gross, so it's time for them to go. Right. These also leaked like hell, so I'm hoping new ones don't leak as badly. Here is a freshie. Get a load of it. Brand new taillight. You can still get these on eBay, brand new. They're not the original, like, Hella built ones, but they seem okay. I don't know how long they'll last, but we'll see. Well, it fits. Hey, I didn't have to mess with that one. Nice. Looks pretty good. Doing an oil change because I've still got a bit of fuel in my oil, which is thinning it out, which is not good, and I'm really hoping I don't spin a bearing before I actually get this thing ripping. One other thing I've done without actually mentioning it in video is put a little cover on my fuel pump there. So this is actually the fuel pump cover from an E46 BMW. I just fished around at the records to try and find something. It did have a grommet that had the wiring passing through here. I might just fill that with a little bit of gasket goo, but I think that's much neater actually, and it means I can actually get complete access to the pump. I could pull the pump out if I needed to without having to drop the tank, which is a huge plus. So I think that's actually kind of neat, considering I started by making a haggard freaking hole there, so I'm stoked it turned out okay. Next on the agenda is my UHF radio. I'll give you a squiz real quick. It's a very simple little, just the most basic one you can get pretty much. I wanted this one because the handset comes out on the left hand side, because I'm going to put it right in there. Now this placement isn't actually my idea. Luke Felton did this, and I've been meaning to put one of these into my car for ages. I just hadn't decided where. I saw he put his here and I was like, that is genius. So it's going to go there. The handset's going to have a little holster there, so I'm going to be able to, you know, that kind of thing, talk to the homies. There's actually a bracket underneath there that it's going to bolt to really easily too, so I might not even have to do any drilling or anything. It might just literally bolt up. So let's see how that goes. So here's where it's mounted. It's a pretty neat spot, I reckon. I actually didn't have to drill any holes. There's a little slot in there that you can put a couple of M6 bolts through, and it fits perfect. Yeah, that's pretty freaking wild that you don't have to cut anything, have to drill anything. But I can actually, for a proof of concept, turn it on at the moment. There you go. It works. I just have to wire it in properly, which I'll do now. It's getting a little bit crowded back here, but there's my wiring there. So I just went off this supplementary harness that goes to the tape deck. There's a switch 12 volt that goes there. So I've just gone off that and put it into a little plug, and then that goes straight into my little guy. Let's make sure that it works. There you go, it works. So hopefully it doesn't draw too much current, because it'll blow the fuse that'll go to that, but at least then I'll know. Looks like it's only got a 3 amp fuse though, so should be fine. Yeah, so that's the wiring done. There's only one more thing to do, which is mount the little holder for this guy. Alright, and there it is with the radio bezel back in and all my interior bolted up. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually don't mind how it looks. There are these two little holes here that where the ashtray used to bolt in that are a little bit unsightly, but might be able to cover them up with something. But yeah, it just works like that. And I think I'm gonna put my little holder just there, so I can just sort of reach forward and grab it. It's not like I can just pick it up while I'm driving like that, but keeps it out of the way, and I shouldn't need it too desperately whilst I'm steering, so that's good. Alright, I'm not going to go with any sort of hectic double-sided tape, mainly because I don't know where our hectic double-sided tape is, but just got some Henkel double-sided tape. This is the little thing here, just clips in like that, just sits there. Hopefully this is enough to hold it during some G-forces. I was also thinking this could be useful, this radio, for being on the same channel as the track officials, so you kind of know what's going on your track day, if that interests you. Just gonna chuck it right there. The profile of it kind of matches the console there, which is whack. So that's gonna go like that. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Stuck it as. It's actually freaking neat. Yeah, so I actually think that's a really cool thing to have, having that radio there. You can also wire it, or you can actually plug it in as an auxiliary input to your head unit, so you can hear over the speakers. But yeah, just being able to sort of be like, alright, yeah, I'm turning left, or hey guys, you know, hey guys, wait for me, I'm freaking coming, or whatever. When you're going on a cruise, or, you know, yeah, I'll be there in 2 secs. If you're at the racetrack, you know, I feel like when you're at the racetrack, you're at a track day, it's really easy to like miss sessions or like, you know, things like that. So to be able to be in like contact with your mates really easily is really cool. And honestly, I kind of think it looks cool as well. So that's a plus. I think it's a pretty neat install. Completely reversible. No holes needed to be drilled. No nothing. You could literally just unbolt it and then put your ashtray back in there, and it'd be like it never happened, which I think is super neat. And yeah, super useful as well, you know? Why not? Wow, this car is sick. Holy shit. This car fucking rocks. Doesn't even make all the power it's meant to make yet, and it still rocks. Alright, well that's all I've got for you this week, unfortunately. A little bit slower than usual, being that, yeah, I can't really get out and do much. I'm really looking forward to getting some driving shots of this car like we did of Matt's, where we had the follow car happening. We might just get a second GoPro and put one on the back of his car and one on the front of my car, or vice versa, and do some sort of cat and mouse runs, which I think would make for some great footage. But I'm unbelievably stoked with where the car is at right now. I love how the interior looks, especially with the addition of that UHF radio. Everything's just really neat in there, which I'm really stoked on, and very functional, and I think I've strived towards having it have a sort of particular aesthetic that I think I am achieving to some extent, which is cool. It's a really great looking car. I'm really chuffed with it. I'm really stoked to have fresh taillights for it as well. Yeah, I think they look great. They actually function way better than my old ones did because they hold the reverse lights in there. Give a little bit of love to Matt in the chat once again. I know he would have loved to be here. We miss him dearly. Hope to see him very soon. But yeah, once this lockdown's over, we'll be back to our regular program. Should be pretty soon after this video actually, so thanks for watching.